Hey friends. This is off and public. Ooh, excuse me. Y'all, end of the year burnout is real. I'm like holding on for dear life. Yes, share. No. Oh crap. No. Post, share, I post. Mm. Oh, I want to say hi to my parents, to my sister, to all my family members and friends who watch. Hey, y'all. Instagram. Okay, let's go live on Instagram. Hey, friends. Please say hi so I can greet you properly as I get Instagram set up. Bumble. Okay. Do I have my paper? No. Hey, guys. Ooh, you know what? Give me 1 second. I left the notebook on my bed. Let me go get the notebook. After hours. All right. Whew. Okay. All right. Hey, friends. Okay, we're getting started in just a couple of minutes. Tonight we have some pretty cool stories. We have a story that is just a classic case of read your contracts. We have a case about Bentleys, if you ever want to own a Bentley. And if you have ever used Bumble, there's a story about Bumble today. Let me get myself some water so that I don't get parched during the show. Y'all know sometimes I get thirsty. Throat gets dry. Bear with me. Give me a couple moments of your time. I appreciate your patience. Y'all know this is a one-person production. Sometimes I be forgetting. All right. Okay. All right. So we are pretty much ready to go. Make sure you share this out to your friends at 8:05. I know some of y'all gonna be popping in around 8:05. Y'all, we are 3 days away from Christmas. 3 days away from Christmas. Y'all got all your gifts yet? All right, we're getting started in 1 minute, my lovelies. Put these pens away. Oh. Crying out for me. Where'd y'all go? What happened? Ooh. All right. So we're getting started very shortly. Ooh, you know what I need to check real quick? Actually, I'll remember later. Okay, it's 8:05, so let me get started, okay? All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to NPL Legal Dish. This is my Monday through Thursday live broadcast where I teach business and legal concepts using pop culture and celebrity news. Hey, I am Stacey Joy. How you doing, girl? If this is your first time watching and you don't know who I am or what I do, I'm Natalie Pierre-Lewis. I'm the host of the show. What is this? I'm the host of the show, and I'm the owner and operator of NPL Consulting LLC, a business formation firm. What that means is I help people like yourself get your business paperwork together. So things like making sure you have appropriate contracts, getting EIN numbers and DUNS numbers, making sure you have your articles of incorporation filed with the state, brand protection strategies, and hiring policies, all of these foundational things that you need for your business so that your business can scale and grow with confidence. All right, I help you do all these things. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to help you do all of these things, thank you. Y'all, Stacey Joe says she likes my hair. If you're wondering why I'm qualified to do all of these things, I'm very happy that you asked. I'm a licensed attorney, have been one for 15 years and counting. I've started multiple businesses for myself and others, both online and offline. I've had many careers in the realms of entrepreneurship, the law, education, hospitality, and administrative support. And most important, I'm very passionate about making business and legal education as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has the time, the money, or the desire to go to business school or to law school, but a lot of you have amazing business ideas. And if you're going to be successful, there's just some things that you need to know. There's no way around it. So that is why I am here. All right. So if you're in the startup phase of your business, or you've been in business for a little bit and you need some structure, or you want to start a business, but you have no idea how, I'm the person that you want to talk to. So if you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do that is to go to linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm, linktr.ee/NPL Consulting Firm. That is the only link in my bio on Instagram. It's all over my page on Facebook. That's where you can book a free 15-minute consultation if you're a first-time client. It's also where you can download the free Biz Launch cheat sheet so that you can start your dream business in 7 days or less. For those of you who want, more extensive one-on-one coaching sessions, I'm not doing any more for 2020. The 1-hour sessions start again in 2021, but you can still book Talk to Me Tuesday sessions where you get 25 minutes for $25, okay? As well, at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, besides booking your appointments and downloading the Biz Launch cheat sheet, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and the podcast where you can catch up on past episodes, or if you can't make a live broadcast, they're all housed on YouTube and the podcast. As well at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm, if you like the t-shirt that I have on, or if you like this lovely mug that was designed by one of the viewers of this show, Nessie Time, who owns Rise of Dark Dawn LLC. She helped me bring these designs to life, and if you would like your own mug or t-shirt, you can order them at the link at linktree/NPL Consulting Firm. Okay, so linktree/NPL Consulting Firm is where it's your one-stop shop to get to me and my stuff. Okay, all right. But that is enough about me. Let's talk about the show. This is how it works if for some reason there's somebody out there who, you watch the replay and you're like, what's going on here? So this is how the show works. I pull stories from the news, stories that you guys send me. Our first story was actually sent to me by one of the viewers, Williams Lynn Foxy. And it's a doozy of a story. I'm so glad that she sent it. So stories that you guys send me, stories from blog sites, anywhere I can find something interesting. Sometimes I get ideas from podcasts, and I pull the stories that have lessons that we can learn as entrepreneurs, and we talk about them. Okay, so this is a time for you to participate. Don't be shy. I want your questions. I want your comments, as long as they're respectful. Okay, so let's not delay any further. Make sure that you have shared this out to your friends and, people that who might need this info, because we're about to get started. Okay, Miss Stacy Joy. Stacy Joy, by any chance, have you gone shopping for a wedding dress? Whether helping someone shop or shopping for yourself. Just give me a quick yes or no. I helped my friend pick out her wedding dress. We all sat around. We got some magazines and we helped her, pick out what design dress she wanted and things like that. But I So I didn't realize that, what, not that I didn't realize, but wedding dress design is a big industry, right? And there's a lot of money in it. And this story is about a wedding dress designer who frankly didn't protect themselves in this cutthroat industry. So there is a lady, a woman who goes by the name Haley Page on social media. Her legal name is Haley Gutman. Haley is a wedding dress designer. She has she had an Instagram page with about 1 million followers at Miss Haley Page. And here's the thing. Miss Haley Page signed a contract in 2011 with a company called JLM Couture. And it was basically, she was, they kind of groomed her and built up her social media platform and just put her out there in the world, right? Now, when Miss Haley Page signed her contract in 2011, according to her, she was 25 and she was new to the wedding industry and she didn't really understand the contract that she signed, because she did not have a lawyer present. Now, what Miss Haley failed to read in this contract that she signed in 2011 is that when she signed with JLM Couture, she signed away the rights to her business name, meaning Haley Page, and any derivatives of that and any designs that she created while in business with JLM Couture. Okay. JLM Couture themselves also say that, they got her in her social media game really popping. They were the ones who got her to 1 million, all of this stuff, right? Now, here is where the issue comes into play. Hey, 76 Grimke. So here's where the issue comes into play, right? Haley Page has been working with JLM Couture since 2011. She was 25 when she started. 9 years later, she's almost 35. She probably has a different worldview. So when it was time to renegotiate her contract with JLM Couture, they were having some problems. They disagree. They were having disagreements because Haley Page had her own projects that she wanted to promote on her social media page, Miss Haley Page, along with the JLM Couture designs that she was making, right? And they could not come to an agreement as to how much promoting she could do of her side hustles, right? According to JLM, Miss Haley Page, because they could not come to a contract agreement, she stopped posting anything that had to do with JLM Couture. And she also deprived them of access to the Instagram account, Miss Haley Page. Now, keep in mind, Haley Page is the name that this woman, Haley Gutman, has been using to promote her wedding dress design business. She's been in the business for over a decade. She's got over 1 million followers. So, she's pretty big out here, right? Because JLM Couture says that Haley stopped posting JLM Couture related items, they said that she was in breach of her contract. Now, we talk about contracts here, not as much as we should, but if you know the basics of any contract, you have offer, acceptance, and consideration. If you sign a contract and it is assumed that you have read, hey, Pamela. Yes, Pamela. Yes. There is merch. Go to linktr.com. Get your t-shirts and cups. We here, okay? But yes. So, JLM, they basically said, well, Haley, you're not holding up your end of the bargain. You said you were going to promote our company's stuff, and you're not doing that on your social media page anymore. And they say that she blocked their access to the social media page. So JLM Couture, they are suing Haley Page for breach of contract, or Haley Gutman, I should say. Now, in the process of suing her for breach of contract, Miss Haley Page, this lady who makes her money on social media, has an Instagram account of over 1 million followers, and her name is synonymous with wedding design. She cannot one, she has no access to her Instagram account right now because she signed away the rights of it to JLM. And two, she cannot use her name, Haley Page, in any business capacity until she settles this case with her former employer or, business partner, JLM Couture, right? So this late and Haley said this is a direct quote from her. Okay, she said, if anyone tells you that you don't need to have a lawyer look at an agreement or contract, please get a lawyer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why it's important for you to read her contracts. This young lady signed a contract at the age of 25 without any legal assistance, without any true comprehension of what she was signing. And because of that, now, almost 10 years later, she is unable to use her own name to run her business. People know her business through her name. So now she has a whole new Instagram called All That Glitters on the Gram. She can't even speak her name in a business capacity online because her former employer, JLM Couture, has basically put a gag order on her. They're like, look, you signed this away in the contract, and until we get this settled, keep your name out of your mouth because we own that name. Her Instagram account is now being, hey, Miss Whitney, her Instagram account is now being run by JLM Couture. She let her followers know, there's still stuff being posted, but it's not me. It's somebody else behind the scenes. So this is why it's important to understand what you're signing. She did not realize at 25 that she signed away the rights to her social media accounts and her own business name. All right. I am Stacey Joy said, I think that sucks. She was young and signed a contract probably because she was excited. She has to settle the case and learn from this. You always need a lawyer when it comes to business. Absolutely, I am Stacey Joy. I feel for this young lady, and this happens to a lot of people, particularly in the entertainment industry. When you're young, you're excited, you're hungry, and somebody gives you what looks like a great opportunity, and you want to jump on it because you're like, well, what if this never comes again? But I'm telling you, if it is a true opportunity, they will give you the time to look over everything to see if it falls in line with you, right? 76 Grim K said, that's crazy, always trying to take advantage. Okay, you can say take advantage, right? But they didn't hide what was in the contract. The issue was that Haley did not read the contract. She did not get an attorney. I don't know if they told her she didn't need anybody. But, look, at the end of the day, when she signed the contract, she was an adult. She was 25 years old. No, she may not be in her 40s, but she was still a full-fledged adult. It's not like she's 18. It's not like she's 22. She was 25, right? So I feel like at 25, especially to be in this kind of industry, the wedding industry, that is, they rely on contracts. You should have some idea, have some inkling in your mind. Let me get somebody with some more knowledge than me to read this contract over. So for right now, Miss Haley Page, she's basically, she's stuck. She can't use her own name to sell her designs. She has no access to her own Instagram account. She's basically starting from scratch. Right? I'm Stacey Joy said, no, I don't think they took advantage of her. I think she needed her lawyer to work and decide on her behalf. Absolutely. And she went in with no lawyer. Hi, El Rose. If you look at my stories today, somebody posted something that I then posted in my stories. There is a video clip of Cardi B talking, and she's saying, look, whatever you're doing in the entertainment industry, get lawyers because there's going to be things that you don't understand, and you need somebody there to explain the things to you. So this is you saw it? Yeah. I saw you post it, Miss Whitney. But yeah, this is a classic case of why you need to read your contracts or find somebody who can help you read the contract, all right? Because you don't want to end up in a place where, you've helped generate money for a company and, and you've built up your name, and because you signed something that you didn't understand and you want to go a different direction. Because the problem with Haley and JLM Couture is she's saying that they no longer align with her values, right? She's 10 years older. She's got a different viewpoint of the world, and she doesn't like the way that JLM Couture does business. And now she's stuck because she signed her rights away to this company unknowingly, but it was totally legal because she signed that contract of her full and legal, she was essentially, she was fully aware of what she signed. She was an adult. She was not incapacitated. She just did not have legal counsel with her, which, while it is good to have somebody there, it's not required. But she didn't do that. So now she's stuck and having to fight to get her name back from this company. So, I feel for Haley, but this is a prime example of why you need to get legal assistance with these big contracts, even if it's just to read it over, right? Just somebody to tell you, hey, this is what this means. This is what you're giving up. This is what they're giving you, right? Make sure that when you are getting these big deals that you understand what is happening. Remember, we talked about Megan Thee Stallion. She was trying to get out of her contract with her first label, and she was saying that because, she signed it when she was 22 and she did not read it. It was her mother who read the paperwork and she just signed it, right? While, yes, I understand 22, you don't really know much about the world, but again, you were a full legal adult and you chose not to have an attorney there, right? And legally, you bound yourself to this. When you are of legal age, of sound mind, you're not on drugs, and you sign a contract, you're bound to that. If you sign it, you basically said, I read. That's why a lot of online agreements say, click this to accept the terms and because they want you to assure them, to have proof, to say that you read what this is, what you're signing, and that you understand. So good luck to Haley. I hope that she's able to get her name back, because she built her business up on her name and she can't even say her name in public at this point. Can you imagine not being able to say your name in public? Anyway. All right. But actually, no, before we move on from that. So hold on. Miss Whitney said, when we were featured on Married at First Sight, we read that contract back and forth and got a lawyer. Yes, my good friend here, Miss Whitney, she is the marketing director for a clothing line that was featured on a TV show, right? And the TV show sent them a contract. They read the contract, and not only did they read the contract, they got an attorney to read the contract with them so they understood everything that was going on, because they didn't want, any surprise, any nasty surprises coming up, So just word to the wise, get an attorney. If you need somebody to help you read a contract, that is a service that I provide. I don't have that on my service list right now, but if you DM me, if you need one in an emergency for right now before the new year, I can fit you in. But I will be starting contract review sessions in 2021 as well, and my contract review sessions start at $77. Okay. All right. Oh, Miss Whitney said, and we got that Netflix coin. Yes, royalties. All right. Okay. All right. Next story that we are talking about. If you have heard of the car Bentley, if you have heard of the Bentley brand of automobiles, give me a B in the comments. If you have heard of Bentleys, Beamer, Benz, Bentleys, Beamer, Benz, Bentleys, give me a B in the comments if you've heard of a Bentley. Beamer, Benz, Bentleys, Beamer, Benz, Bentleys. Thank you. All right. If you don't know what a Bentley is, thank you, 76 Grim K. Thank you, Stacy Joy. Thank you for all the B's. If you don't know what a Bentley is a luxury car. Right? They have been in business since 1919. The official name is Bentley Motors. While Bentley Motors has been in business since 19, they started making clothing merchandise in 1987, right? Here's the problem. Bentley Motors definitely has a trademark for automobiles for their logo. It's a bee with some wings on the side of it, right? Here's the problem. There was a company that started in 1962 called Bentley Clothing. And Bentley Clothing, they filed for a trademark for Bentley in the realm of clothing in 1982. Remember, Bentley Motors started making clothes in 1987, right? So Bentley Clothing, they opened up shop in 1962. They filed for a trademark 20 years later. 5 years after that, Bentley Motors starts selling merch. And Bentley Motors tried to get Bentley Clothing's trademark canceled. They basically said that there was, Bentley, we out here, we big, we bad, and people recognize the Bentley brand, and we make shirts too, so we don't think that this Bentley Clothing company should be able to use the name Bentley on their clothing. So they've been going back and forth for the last couple of years trying to figure out, can two Bentleys exist? Because remember, Bentley Motors started out as a car company. That's where their trademarks lie. Yes, they have, merch, they have t-shirts and stuff, right? But that's not the crux of your business. Bentley Clothing, they've been doing clothing since 1962. So I want to know from you guys, what do you think the court decided between Bentley Motors and Bentley Clothing? Can Bentley Clothing continue to make their clothing? Is Bentley Motors gonna have to stop making their shirts? What do you think the decision was between Bentley Motors and Bentley Clothing? Because Bentley Motors is saying, look, if people see these Bentley Clothing shirts, they're gonna think it's affiliated with Bentley Motors, and we don't want that, because we are these these high class ladies out in the car streets, right? So we don't know what these Bentley Clothing people are out here doing. 76 Grimke said sided with Bentley Clothing. Actually, no. Bentley Motors has actually gotten a judgment against them. They are no longer allowed to print clothing with the word Bentley on it. They can totally do it for their cars. They can totally do it for other merchandise. But when it comes to clothing, Bentley Motors is no longer allowed to use the name Bentley on shirts and stuff. Why do you think that is? Why do you think Bentley Motors is not allowed to use Bentley on clothing? Why do you think that the court sided? Oh, you said sided with Bentley Clothing. I'm sorry, 76 Grimke. My bad. You are totally right. They did side with Bentley Clothing. But why do you think they sided with Bentley Clothing? What was the reason that they sided with Bentley Clothing? Sorry, girl. You know my eyes bad. Sometimes I don't be seeing the words. But why do you, 76 Grimke, you are totally right that they sided with Bentley Clothing. But why did the court side with Bentley Clothing, okay? And while you put that in, I'm just going to give people the answer because, I don't want there to be too much silence for the podcast people. But basically, one, Bentley Clothing had their trademark first. They filed their trademark in 1982, right? Bentley Motors didn't start making clothing merchandise until 1987. And two, the two companies are in two different industries. Bentley Motors makes cars. Bentley Clothing makes clothes. Bentley Motors, you have made your money off of the automotive industry. You can't try and bully your way into the clothing industry 5 years after someone has filed a trademark. So Bentley Motors is no longer allowed to use the name Bentley on clothing merchandise. Yes, 76 Grimke, they trademarked it first, and they're in two different industries, right? It's not like these companies that come trying to name their stuff Insta whatever and trying to, build their back off of Instagram fame. Bentley Clothing been out here doing clothing. They didn't have anything to do with Bentley Motors. They just built their name up by themselves. So they get to keep using Bentley on their clothing, and Bentley Motors has to, they can use their logo with the wings, but they can't use the word Bentley on clothing. Okay. All right. We're moving into our last story of the evening. We might go a little bit over tonight. but that's okay. I want to remind you guys that tomorrow is the last show of 2020. It's the last live show of 2020. I am taking a break from Christmas Eve to after New Year's for the live show. I've been doing this for about 2 years, I think a little over 2 years. Mama needs a break. So I'm going to be taking a week off, all right? So please join me for the last show of 2020 tomorrow, okay? Moving on to our final story of the evening. If you have heard of the social app Bumble, please give me a B emoji. If you have heard of the social app Bumble, please give me a B emoji. And if you don't know what Bumble is, Bumble started off as a dating app, but it has since, grown into an app where for you to find friends and for professional networking. Okay. Anybody know what Bumble is? Okay. All right. So Bumble is an app that connects people. Again, it started off as a dating app where, women spoke to the men first. Then it grew into an app where, women could meet other women for friendship. If you're in a new city and you're like, I don't have any girlfriends, you could meet new people. And it's also become an app for professional networking, primarily for women. Okay. Now they have a very distinctive logo. It is 3 stacked parallel horizontal lines with the middle line as the longest one, and it represents a beehive design. If you look in my stories, I have some samples of the Bumble logo, right? So here's the problem. There is a company called BitHive Ltd, okay? BitHive is basically an app. It's another app where you can create virtual communities based on interest. So you can basically make friends based on what you have in common, right? They filed a trademark for their logo in 2019. On their homepage, it says their tagline is "Create a hive for your community." Now, their logo is 5 stacked horizontal lines with the middle line being the longest. It looks like a bigger beehive, right? So Bumble is very upset with BitHive right now. They are saying that there is a possibility of confusion out here because 1, the logos look very similar, and 2, they're kind of in the same industry. They're both out here. They're both apps that are out here connecting people, making community, making friends. And then the logos, Bumble's app, it looks like a small beehive with 3 lines, and BitHive's logo looks like a beehive with 5 lines. So Bumble is very concerned that people might think that there is some connection between BitHive and Bumble, or they might just confuse the two altogether. So I want to know from you, if you saw the pictures in my stories, do you think that there is a possibility of confusion between the two logos? When I posted the poll earlier today, most of you said that the logos were too close for comfort, right? So I want to know from you watching live right now, do you think that there is a possibility of confusion between the Bumble logo and the BitHive logo? Bumble's logo has the 3 lines, BitHive's logo has the 5 lines. What do you guys think? I personally think that it's too close. Stacey Joy thinks it's too close too. I am totally for that. You're both apps. You're both in the business of connecting people over the internet based on interest. That's what Bumble does, right? And Bumble has been around for a while. Bumble started soon after Tinder, so they've been out here for a little bit. BitHive just started in 2019. 76. Stacey Joy said yes. There's confusion. 76 said I think it's too close. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. I think that BitHive, maybe they were inspired by Bumble. Maybe they were just trying to rip them off entirely. Either way, Bumble is very upset with BitHive and they are fighting back. They have opposed BitHive's trademark application. So, do you guys think that Bumble is going to win, or do you think that BitHive will win? Will Bumble successfully keep BitHive from trademarking this logo, or is BitHive going to be able to go ahead? Do you think that BitHive should have to change their logo? Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think the USPTO's decision should be? Let me know what you think. Hey. What do you think? Sorry. I personally think that the USPTO is going to, I think they're going to deny, they're going to uphold the opposition and make BitHive get another logo. I'm Stacey Joy said, yes, both are for social and networking. I think Bumble will win. 76 Grimke said she's Team Bumble. I'm Team Bumble too. I've been on Bumble for a little bit. You know, I've tried the different aspects of it. I haven't tried BitHive yet. If I can find it in the Apple Store or the App Store, I'm going to try it out and see if there's any similarities between Bumble and BitHive. And you know, I'll try and report back my findings if it's on the App Store in the first place, okay? But those were the stories that I had for you this evening. I want to thank you guys for your participation. You know, you make this show fun. Like, you give me perspective that I didn't necessarily have, things that I may have missed. I want to invite you back tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last show of 2020. We are taking a 1-week hiatus from the show. I've been doing this for a little over 2 years, pretty much 4 nights a week, you know, minus some nights here and there. And I feel like I need to take a little bit of time just to regroup and refresh. You know, we got some new stuff in at the end of the year, and I really want to take some time to do inventory, see what works, see what doesn't, and, you know, start fresh for 2021. So please join me, bring your friends tomorrow night at 8 o'clock so that we can, you know, close out 2020 with a bang. Make sure you go to linktr.ee/nplconsultingfirm to check out everything that's happening, get your video trainings, get your biz launch cheat sheet, get your merch, subscribe to You're welcome, Stacey Joy, subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, and I will be back here tomorrow with you guys, but I have some phone calls to make, so I cannot linger here too much longer, but I will see you tomorrow. Good night, and take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.